everybody. Welcome to the third workshop hosted by MLP Robotics, and this is going to be on a bill of materials. We're going to go over what a bill of materials is. We're going to go over some commonly listed categories in a bill of materials, and then we're going to go over a simple example of a bill of materials. So yeah, what is a bill of materials, or BOM? It is essentially a list of all the necessary materials, components, and assemblies required for a product. Some categories that are commonly used in a bill of materials include the part name. This is, as you might know, incredibly important so that the purchaser would know exactly what has to be purchased. For example, if you're buying a motor for your drivetrain, you could say drivetrain motor. Next is material. Now this would essentially be the material of the component you want to purchase. This can be important in the case where you want to list two different materials, right, of the same component. Let's say you want something made with PLA, or you could list it, the same thing, PETG. And the purchaser can decide then which would be ideal to purchase based on the material. Next is the, for material, another use case is that the source that you might want to purchase the component from may have the option to select different materials, and so in that case, listing the material and the bill of materials would be important for the purchaser to know. Next is the source of where the component needs to be purchased from. For example, if you would like to buy, let's say, 4 drivetrain motors from Amazon, you'd put the Amazon link from where those components can be purchased in your bill of materials as the source. Next is unit of measurement. Unit of measurement is important because it can tell the purchaser how much of something they need to purchase. For example, if you want to buy 1 kilogram of PLA, the part name could be PLA filament, and the unit of measurement would be 1 kilogram or 2 kilograms, or however much needs to be purchased. Unit price would be the price per unit of what you would like to purchase. In the case where you want to buy something in weight, it would be the price per unit of measurement. For example, going back to the example with PLA, if you buy 1 kilogram of PLA, the unit price would be the price per kilogram. Whereas if you buy something like a discrete thing like a motor, the price would be the price per motor. Description would be any other descriptors for the product. For example, let's go back to the motor. If you buy a brushless DC motor, then an example of a description could be the size and the kV of the motor. Quantity is essentially the amount of each component and how much you would like to purchase. And the total price would be the price of the component multiplied by the quantity, however many you need to purchase. Also factoring in external costs like shipping, handling, and taxes. Does anybody have any questions so far? Okay, then moving on. Now, here's an example of a simple bill of materials for a combat robot. Now, this is just for demonstration purposes. And you can see some of the most commonly used components, categories listed, such as the component, let me turn this on, the description of the component, quantity of how many of the components need to be purchased, the unit price per item, total price, which includes the quantity times the unit price, including taxes, shipping, and handling, and the source of the component where it will be purchased from. So for example, let's say 3 drive or weapon ESCs need to be purchased. Description would tell us that they're brushless 40 amp ESCs, 503 a UBEC with the XC60 connector. 3 of them need to be purchased. They're $138 each. Your price may be different based on what your source is, and the total price of the components. And here at the end, we would also have our total price for all the components, including external costs like shipping and taxes. So with this, the purchaser would know exactly what to purchase, how many to purchase, how much it would cost, and where they can purchase them from. Does anybody have any questions?
I also just want to mention that we will be uploading a template. So for anyone who's not sure how to create one, we're providing a basic template which you guys can change according to your own needs. but that's it for me.
Thank you for chiming in. So yeah, with that, we hope you enjoyed. We hope you have a better understanding of how bill of materials works and how to make your own. Thank you very much for coming.